think we are live. Sending. 3, 2, 1. Still says sending. There we are. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back. Day number 6. And guess what? We have leads. Oh, let me get this bigger. We've got leads officially turned on underwear. Yes, welcome back to day 6 of 30 Days to Six Figures, where I am building a six-figure business in 30 days, starting from scratch, using the Golden Mike method and streaming live every single day. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Leads. We got our first yes yesterday, and we're gonna talk about it. Day 6. By the way, if you're on the live stream, comment hashtag team live down below. Hashtag team live. If you're on the replay, comment hashtag team replay. Hit the like button, hit the love button. If you are new here, my name is Josh 40, and I'm doing this challenge because we've got this thing called the Golden Mike method, and it works insanely well. We just had someone close an $100,000 deal with it from it late last week, which is insane. Or actually, was it earlier this week? I don't know. But we're doing this challenge to put myself back in the shoes of my ideal client, build a six-figure business from scratch using the Golden Mike method in just 30 days. All right, let's dive into today. Day number 6. We're figuring out what it is that we got to do with these leads. Before we do that, let's recap the rules, because if you are new here, like I said, we have a couple rules, okay? First rule is I have to do $100,000 in contractual sales in a 30-day period in the month of August. I have to do so and collect $25,000 in actual cash collected. That means actual dollars in the bank. I cannot sell current offers, so my $25,000 or $42,000 offers that I have, my VIP day, stuff like that, I can't sell those. And I cannot call in celebrity friends like Russell Brunson or Dan Henry to help promote me for this. If you are new here, comment hashtag new down below, hit the like button, hit the love button, tag a friend, let me know if you're liking this so far. Guys, this is actually really exciting stuff, okay? So let's recap. Yesterday, I started sending out DMs, voice clips. I wrote my scripts. I made out my hit list of 30 people, and super exciting stuff. Basically, let me make sure that everything is coming through here. Basically, we already got a yes late last night. I posted in the group. By the way, if you're not inside of the group, getting access to the replays, the bonuses, the scripts, everything that I'm using and working on, go to josh40.com/30days. josh40.com/30days. The link will be in the description up above, where you can opt in for free, get access to the replays of all that. But on day number 2, we designed the offer. Day 3, we started doing research. And yesterday, day 5, well, day 3 and 4, we did research. Day 5, we wrote out the scripts. I actually wrote out the scripts and started sending DMs. So let me tell you what this looks like. I literally pulled up my phone, opened it up, clicked on the profile of the people that I had made out on my hit list, sent them the script via a voice clip the day that I did yesterday. Last night, we already got our first yes. We have a couple more responses that I'm working on. And by the end of the day, we probably should have more. And now I've got to go and I got to figure out what the next piece of this is. I'm very excited. Day 6, guys, like actually technically it was day 5. Day 5, we already have leads for a $35,000 offer. I want you to think about this, okay? We didn't use paid ads. I didn't use current offers. I didn't use my email list. I didn't use current clients, all from scratch. And 5 days into this, we've got a yes to someone to come on to be interviewed for our series, and they are a potential client fit. Anyone that tells you that it takes a long time to go make money, a long time to go get leads, simply does not know what they're talking about. Is this crazy? By the way, if you're liking this so far, do me a huge favor. Just comment on a scale from 1 to 10 how much you're liking it. Let me know what your favorite part is. Tag a friend. The more likes, the more comments we get, the more people we're going to see this. It's all 100% completely free. Make sure to join the group. Okay, we're going to dive into today. I'm going to get to work. Like, you guys know the drill, but if you're new here, I'm not here to coach and teach this. I'm actually going and building this business. And because I think out loud, you're going to be able to follow along with what it is that I am doing. Okay? And I'm just going to kind of walk through. So I have to figure out today, basically, I've got to prep and I got to prep for the interviews, and post-interview convo. Okay, so I've got to figure out today what specific questions, if there are any, that I need to ask, what information that I need to go and gather, so that when I get on these interviews, that I have a really solid approach I've got a good set of questions to ask. And then when the interview is done, the information, how I'm going to transition over the information I would need to collect to see if they're a good fit for this. Okay, one last note before I dive into this and kind of go into just build mode is, do you see how well this works? Like, guys, I literally created this 5 days ago, literally came up with the idea 6 days ago, and here we are 5 days later having leads in place. If you do this correctly, and once you understand the psychological principles behind this, it's insanely, insanely powerful. But as you'll notice today, my intentions have to be pure. I can't have ulterior motives. I actually have to make sure that each step is done correctly, okay? If you want to see the behind the scenes of all this, I cannot stress this enough. Go join joshroy.com/30 days. Go get access to the group, the replays, the scripts, the worksheets, everything that I'm working on. Ask your questions in there, and let's dive in. Okay, so this is my goal for today. All right, so I know that my interview process is going to be about, so let's do interview color in, let's do gold for the golden mic method. All right, so interview is about, this interview series is about finding or about learning how / what they are doing to prepare for and deal with I'm calling it the coming crash. ... Okay, so we know that's coming. Okay, so if I need to make sure that this is genuine and I need to make sure that this is a really, really solid conversation, and if I think back in my notes, I know that I have to make them sound smart, make them feel understood. I should probably make sure that I'm actually live on these platforms here. I am. Okay, great. Is I have to frame questions. Actually, I'm going to work backwards from this because I think that'll be easier. So I know that this goes like this. All right, let me draw this out. Boom. We've got the golden mic method here. Can't believe we got leads on day 5, guys. It's so exciting. All right, we got this, and then we've got this, and then we've got this. All right, and I've got to go, and I've got to build trust. I've got to, this is mutual benefit. Mutual benefits. This is opportunity. I've already created that. So this is info. I got to gather info. And I'm going to create this piece here to frame the solution. So my solution here that I'm framing is I'm going to do the, I got to come up with a sexy name for my method. Okay. I've got this document here. Print it off. Yeah. Okay, so we've got name of solution outcome. We'll call this the continuity ascension method. Continuity ascension method. And then get will be high ticket buyers from low ticket membership. Boom. Okay, so I needed to figure out essentially the information that I would need to gather from them is I would need to gather the problem, because that's going to be the number one thing. All right, let me expound this and blow this up a little bit more. And we'll go within here. So I need to figure out problem / current reality. And I need to collect as much possible data. And this is going to be around, this is in business, this is in the, so we're going to have a business conversation. And I need to ask about lead flow, client acquisition, leads, client acq, things like that. Okay, so this is what I'm doing here is I'm figuring out the information that I'm going to need to gather from them Post podcast interview conversation in order to make sure I know that they're a good fit, because I am very well aware here that not every person that I talk to and do an interview with, not every single person is going to be an ideal fit for this. Not every single person am I even going to pitch, right? Or even float the idea past. And so I need to know and understand what it is that I need to look for during these interviews and during the post-interview conversation in order to determine whether or not I should continue the conversation afterwards. This is why I reach out to 30, right? Because if I reach out to 30 and I get 10 yeses, then that will lead me to 3 or 4 potential clients that are actually good fits, and then we're off to the races. Okay, so 3 to 4. Okay, so this is, I need to know their problems, current reality about leads and client acquisition. And then I'm going to introduce my solution. And then I need to know their, because I'll figure out that based on the information that I have. So I'm going to need to know their desired outcome, or let's see, if there is, really it's this the main problem, and I guess a little bit about their desire, but even more so, let's do this one here. Desire, solution, I mean, this is my solution, so I've got that. I need to know, their assets. Okay, so I'm going to put blue, I'm going to put assets, because I've got to figure out KPIs. Okay, so list size specific KPIs are going to be, if I could get list size, if I could get offer amount, if I could get list size, offer amounts. That's probably 2 biggest ones. What is or isn't working would be great. Isn't working. That would be helpful information. I think the rest of this, list size, I'm going to categorize that under audience. Okay, so I could get this, that would be the assets, and then any specific desires. But also, I'm going to learn a lot about what it is that they're trying to get to and where they're trying to go in the actual interview itself. But these are the specifics, because if I have that information, then I can go pull the data that I need to put together the Google Doc to actually go and present this well. Okay, so if I need to go find this information, let me work backwards from there. Check, check. I need to build a custom tailored, mutually beneficial offer specifically to them with this method, which is why I'm going to charge high ticket for it. And this post-interview conversation has got a setup for that information. The transition over will depend upon the actual interview. In the interview, here are the things that I've got to go and learn. First is I need to have, basically I guess I could write out kind of like the script outline here, which would basically be, tell us a little bit about them. And then, so about them, and then in no particular order here for a second, why they are qualified. And then in the process here of why they're qualified, I could probably go and pull out a little bit of information about assets, customer base, the results that they have. Okay. The problem that I'm solving here inside, or figuring out inside of this interview series, is I want to know how they're prepping. So that would mean that by figuring out, okay, let me write this in a different color actually. That's yellow. This is actually solid. Okay. If I can figure out these things by being able to ask the questions about what they're doing to prepare, which is what they see, what isn't or no longer working. That's a great question to ask them about their current stuff, especially if they're in the financial space, the wealth space. This is why, by the way, this is why knowing the client and the type of person that you're working with, like knowing specifically about them, because you know, then can start to formulate the questions and things that you're going to ask on these series. And so what I'm doing now is I'm figuring out here in white, I'm figuring out what are the types of questions that I'm going to be asking them on the actual interview series itself. Now, I do think it's very important to note here and understand that I am not, and this is very important actually, okay? I'm not going to determine these questions here based on the information that I need to know about the offer, because that would be, I don't know if manipulative is the right word, but that would be disingenuous. That would not, like, the purpose of this interview is not for me to go and learn about or to gather the information that I need about the offer. That's not the purpose of the interview, because then it would seem like it's like a bait and switch, and like we don't actually get the magic of the interview. What I'm doing in the interview is I'm trying to create the best possible interview and conversation, making them look good about the topic at hand. And the topic at hand is learning what they are either doing or how they're doing it to prepare for the coming crash or just in the current economic conditions. So this white box basically says, okay, what are the questions that I'm going to ask? What data and information do I need to collect from them, or questions do I need to ask during the interview to solve for that, right? To have the best possible thing about that. Then down here in blue, I'm basically going and saying, okay, well, what information will I learn about them from this here, right? That would also happen to help me with the offer thing. So why they're qualified, I'll put this number 2 here. 2 would potentially help me understand their assets a little bit more. And then about them, what they see of what's working, what isn't working, or what is no longer working, and then what they're doing, what they are doing with this, why those things, and then advice to others about it, and then probably end with something like what their future looks like. Future looks like slash why, this is going to be generic, but why success matters to them, or just like why financial, in this particular case, financial stability. Okay, is this helpful? Is this helpful to see? If you're watching on the live stream, comment #TeamLive. Actually, if this is helpful, let me know on a scale from 1 to 10 how helpful it is. Let me know what your favorite parts have been, or if you have any questions on it. And if you have like lots of questions or specific things that you want to see, then make sure to go join the group, joshua.com/30 days, and get access to the sheet that I'll take a screenshot of this and we'll upload it so you can kind of get a copy here. Okay. All we're trying to do, guys, we're trying to get as many people to see this as possible, okay? And the more likes we get, the more comments we get, the more engagement we get. Even if it's just like, hey, Josh, what's up? Or, oh, this was awesome. That's going to boost it out, and more people will be able to see it. And literally, I'm doing this for free, right? In front of everybody, building a 6-figure business so you can see every single step. Okay. So I'm going to be able to understand what drives them. Or I'm looking for, not what drives them. Yeah, kind of. No, it's probably more of like how they make decisions. How they make decisions / think about things. Think about things. This is too big. I can go it down. And then that's going to be a lot of this stuff. Their current assets, and then also understand from a principle level, like their current beliefs about the market, because that'll definitely play into what we're doing. Okay, and I'm aligning the interview. Oh, this is so good with the problem that I'm solving. Oh, so freaking good, even though it's not the same. Okay, so I understand their assets. Is there anything else here? Probably just understand what they value with that last question. Understand what they value. Okay, I'm looking for those things. trying to think, is there anything else? Because I'm going to have to move pretty quickly here to transition over. And if my goal, if I have this interview later this week, then I want to be able to put together the information. Let me pull up my Google Doc template here. Solution, steps, results. Ooh, I'm looking for shared values about them. Yeah, okay. I'm also trying to find shared values. Okay, so if I learn about them, ask them about them, I ask them why they're qualified to be talking about this particular topic, what they see in the marketplace, what isn't working or is no longer working, what they're doing, why they chose to do those specific things, advice to others, and then what their future looks like, / why success matters to them in this particular topic, why they're passionate about this. We could probably talk about those topics for between 30 and 60 minutes. That will position them as, allow them to share their story, feel understood, position them as smart and credible, which is important, show off their expertise, understand how they think, provide real value to others, and put this in a position of trust. Then post-interview conversation, I'm going to gather this information as much as I can by transitioning it to problems and current reality. And then if they say yes, then KPIs, which should be list size, offer amount, and what is or isn't working in their client acquisition, any specific desires that they have or things that they want to avoid. Boom, we'll go there. And then that will take that information and we can put it into the Google Doc. Okay, that gives me the preparation, right? So prepping for the interview and the post-interview convo. So I know the process of this, and once we get these scheduled, how I go and we'll do this is, if they're a good fit, then after the interview is over, I'm interviewing my ideal client here, right? That's the key here. And after the interview is over, if I think that they're a good fit, if I think that it makes sense for us to work together because I really do believe in my solution, the more that I think about it, the more amazing it is, then I'll ask them about if they'd be interested in me sending something over to solve this problem. I'll gather the information, put it on the Google Doc, put the Google Doc together, and send it back over to them, get on a call, and close them. We'll get these deals done. This is going to be easy or simple. It's going to be great. Okay, I think that's all for today. I don't want to go too much deeper on this, because what my focus is now I'm going to continue to reach out. I'm going to continue to get people booked and scheduled for this. I've already got the calendar stuff set up. I now know what I'm going to say on these interviews, right? The core topics and the core points. I know the information, or I know the things that I'm going to look for to see if they're an ideal client or not. And then if they are, I know the things and information that I need to go for and gather. And then the things that I'm looking for in the actual interview itself that will allow me to know this information. So I've got that in place. That's all for today. I think we're going to end it there, or at least end the stream, or end the work here on that. And so the primary focus for the rest of this week for me, I'm going to be traveling. We got lots in August. So I never want to hear, by the way, if anybody's watching this either live or on the replay and you're like, oh, I can't build a business because I've got a family, or I've got to, travel, I'm busy. Like, yeah, same, right? I got a wife, I got an 8-month-old daughter. I'm traveling 3 different places in August. I'm going to Nashville, I'm going to Miami, we're going to 3 different places. Holy cow, we're going to Wisconsin. I got friends coming in from out of town for like a good chunk of the time, busy. So we got to work around this schedule. And plus I, do church with Sabbath and, taking a whole day off and all that. So really, there's lots going on here. So I need to focus on high leverage activities. Okay, that's actually probably a good place to map this out at. So what are the only things now that I've got the offer in place? What are the only things now I need to focus on? It would be, 1 is going to be reach outs. 2 would be getting or reach outs, and then second would be having interviews. Third would be creating, sending Google Docs. And then 3, and then 4 would be game plan to close calls. That's it. That's it. Those are the activities. I've already made out my list of people. Game plan 2, closing calls. Okay, and then collecting feedback. All right, so reach outs, 4 interviews. Be specific here. Okay, I'm gonna do reach outs for interviews for the rest of this week, and then actually having the interviews, hopefully having at least a couple interviews, or at least one or two for this week. The person that said yes, we're working on getting something scheduled for either late this week or early next. But we have a yes from those. Now we have momentum, guys. It feels so good to have momentum because, like, here's the deal. The way I kind of think about launches and challenges like this, I think maybe some people didn't actually believe me when I was like, no, you don't understand. I literally came up with this idea like 36 hours before we went live. I had no idea what I was going to sell. I just knew the process, right? And I said, okay, or the process of the golden bag method. I said, okay. So when I sat down to do this, like, I'm looking for momentum points, right? I'm looking for points of breakthrough where I'm like, okay, this is working. We're moving things forward. Right, the first is like, do I have a rough idea for an offer? Boom, had to do that and move that forward because I'm like, cool, now I get excited about it because now I can start reinforcing my beliefs around that offer and making sure it's actually good. And the more I sit with this offer, here's how I know it's a good offer, which is the more I think about this offer and the more I like look at it even objectively, whether it's up to my business or the people I'm interacting with, how it would apply to their business, the more I love it. And the more data and information I collect about this offer, we're talking about the AI people, with the AI guys, the low tick with the ascension, all the data and numbers that I'm seeing is like, okay, this is really, really working. So there's my first momentum point. Now, once I've done that, now I'm gonna go do a bunch of research. And my next momentum point is, can I actually start to get in touch with the people that I need to? That happened yesterday on day 5. We literally got like 5 days, guys. Like, if you just do the work, it's impossible. This is why we have 100%, or it's impossible not to succeed. This is why we have a 100% success rate inside of my coaching program. 100% success rate if they just do all the steps, because it's like, it just works. So my next momentum point was yes, right? I got a yes. So now I'm looking for my next momentum point, which is, hey, I've got to have the interviews and see if they're a fit. Like, basically, my next momentum point would be, yes, having the interviews, but really, like, actually creating the Google Doc, like sending Google Docs. Because having the interviews is one thing, but actually sending the Google Doc would be, that's going to be my next momentum point, right? So if I can create and send the Google Doc, that'll be the next momentum point, and then final momentum point will be actually closing the deals, having these calls and closing the deals, getting feedback and closing those. Okay, once I have that, do it 3 times. We've hit our goal. We made money, and there it is. Okay, all right, guys. That is all for today. I cannot tell you how much you've been lied to about how difficult it is to make money if you just solve problems. The market has shifted. The market is changing, and selling coaching is one beast. Selling services is a different beast. You have to have a strategy that fits what it is that you're trying to do in business. It's not a one size fits all approach, but if you can find the right strategy and you can find someone to go and follow and use their methods that work, like, you can have an incredible amount of success. People are still buying, people still want their problem solved, people still want to make money, like, people still have money to spend, right? So do that and stay focused. Simple. All right, if you have any questions on this, go to josh40.com/30days, go opt in, go join the group on the back end and post any of your questions, or you can comment them below. I would love it, if you're watching this, I would love to know your favorite part of today, or just the favorite part of the challenge so far, but specifically today, anything that stuck out. I read through every single comment, so leave a comment down below, and then hit the like button, hit the love button, tag a friend, share it out. This is exciting stuff. All right, I got to get back to work on my other business, because on top of all this business that I'm building, I literally have another business that I'm running. We got this. All right, guys, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, hustle. God bless. Do not be afraid to go out there and, I can't say think different anymore. That's not it. I got to think of a new slogan or sign off. Don't be afraid to go out there and get paid. Go get paid so you can be free, change the world. I will see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy, fam. Peace.